Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna have a mid-year journal flip through of my 2025 journals. These are all the journals I've been using so far this year, and I thought it'd be perfect time to check in, show you how things are going, what's working well, and of course give you a peek inside. Even though it looks like a lot, I actually use just 2 journals on a daily basis. My A5 bullet journal and my week's planner. So today's flip through will mainly focus on these 2, but I'll also quickly show you the other ones I've been using. If you're interested in the full breakdown of each notebook and why I chose them, I'll link my 2025 journal lineup video up here. So now let's start with a quick look at the other journals before we dive into the main ones. This is my reading journal, an A5 ring binder. I haven't written much in it this year, but I love the loose leaf format because it's super flexible for organizing book notes. And this is my page a day everything book. It's where I dropped random notes, loosely plan my day and dump ideas. I didn't plan to show it to anyone, but honestly it's been such an upgrade from writing on scraps of paper. Once things are crossed off, I usually don't need them anymore, but having it all in one place makes a big difference. This beautiful little one is my gratitude journal, and it's been one of my favorites. I don't write in it every day, but I always go back and fill in my missed entries. The pages are a lovely light brown, so I've kept it simple with just a black pen, and I've been using this 1mm Sakura Pigment black pen, so it's thicker writing than my usual ones. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the whole book filled 5 years later. And this one wasn't actually included in my 2025 lineup. It's also a 5-year journal. I've had it for a while but never used it consistently. But since last year, I started listening to more podcasts, so I decided to use this journal to record what I listen to, new ideas, fun facts, or inspiring stories. I think it's a great way to make use of a journal, otherwise it'll be left half empty. Honestly, I know we all love collecting stationeries, collecting notebooks, but leaving a journal more than half blank feels like a crime, right? And now on to the stars of the show. If you've been following along, you know my A5 bullet journal and this week's planner are the heart of my system. But if you're new here, basically my bullet journal is for my habit tracking and daily reflections, and this smaller weekly planner is for my to-dos, schedules, and appointments. And I've been using them every single day since January. They're both from Paper Ideas, available from my stationery store, hedgehogjournals.com. Link in the description box as well. The A5 is in the light mauve color, and my week's planner has a linen cover. I added a clear PVC cover for protection. Now that half of the year is gone, the dated version is now out of stock, but we do have undated versions in stock, so you can start anytime throughout the year. And to tie them together visually, I decorated both covers using the same washi tape. It wraps all the way around to the back and inside the books as well. So inside my bullet journal, I started with a decorated page, followed by a 2025 mood board filled with things I want to do and love to focus on this year. Then there's a little page and yearly highlights. I also included a books I've read page here, but I'm thinking of moving this to my reading journal next year so I can track my titles over the years. And I can also track when I read each book, maybe in a monthly calendar format. I did number all the weeks at the bottom, but I think it's too small to track all the info. For the habit trackers, I've set them all up in the beginning of the year, and they are all in the front of my book. so I don't have to redo them every month, and I can easily compare how I did from month to month. And I also use a different color for each month just to make it fun and easier to compare. And here I also track what nails I put on. So each month starts with a cover page and a calendar on the side, which I repurpose for highlight a day using either stickers or doodles. Then come the weekly spreads, where I do my daily reflections, quick thoughts on what went well, what didn't, and the little moments I want to remember. And because I use the same theme across both my bullet journal and planner, I'll introduce the week's planner briefly here, and later I'll flip through both journals side by side with some background music so you can enjoy the visuals. So the stickers I added on this cover are still holding on strong. I thought they might start to live so I could redecorate every a couple months, but it looks like I'll get bored before they fall off. I believe this week's planner is almost the same size as the Hobonichi one, so you can have an idea of the size. But it's just thicker because it's got thicker paper, I guess. Apart from the monthly and weekly pages, which you'll see very soon, there's other functional pages as well. So I use this yearly calendar to track my period and the days I'm feeling sick. And a year vision, which is good for your goals, but I already have them in my bullet, so I'm leaving this blank. Then a yearly plan, just like a future log in the bullet system. And at the back, there's a 100 wish list page. I haven't filled it yet, but I'm slowly adding to it over time. And a page for the movies and TV programs I watched this year. And there are also some blank gray pages which I use for my trawl schedules, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly tasks. I didn't always keep up with marking the dates, but having this checklist definitely helps keep me on track. Alright, let's get into the flip through. I'll show both my bullet journal and planner month by month, side by side. If you're new here, you might notice that in my planner there are some color blocks on the right side of my weekly pages and wonder what they are for. Basically, I track how I spend my 24 hours each day using 5 colors: work, life, self-improvement, screen time, and sleep. And the number rating at the bottom is my daily productivity score from 1 to 10. I also use my monthly calendar in my planner for meal tracking. And also here, because the daily reflections in my bullet journal are quite personal, so I'm blurring it out. But if you do want to see the full setup, I have my bullet journal setup for each month. Feel free to check them out. If you want to know more about how I set up either of these notebooks, I've linked those videos in the description as well. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look into my 2025 journal so far, and I wish you all a calm, creative, and fulfilling second half of the year. Happy journaling, and I'll see you soon.